Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Forgotten Podcast. I'm your host, Catman Joe, and today I'm joined by the one, the only, the infamous Curious Hippo 123. Say hello, Joseph.
Come in peace.
Good man. I'm also joined by the equally curious and the equally infamous man himself, Septic Spud, or Bradley, who's probably, I guess, laughing right now. I'm not going to lie. You can say hello, Brad.
Can we potato? Goddammit!
Yeah, as Mr. Potato. Can we just begin this podcast by saying this? Like, I gotta say this shit real quick. Yeah, we should maybe put the end, but I gotta say this shit real quick. For all the viewers watching, we just spent 8.5 minutes before the fucking thing began, just laughing about fucking stupid shit. Like, we spent 8.5 minutes. I'm not even playing. Like, today's discussion, what we want to speak about is amazing. But go ahead.
We're gonna put that 7 minutes at the end of the episode.
It's gonna be a whole hour long. Like, we're gonna have that full hour watch time. Fuck. I'm being serious. Stick around for the end because that shit will be worth it. Actually, dead ass. We need to keep that in there. But honestly, like, dead serious. Like, today's subject we want to speak about, folks, on Forgotten Podcast episode 2, which welcome back for everybody who stayed and, you know, subscribed. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the support and all the, I guess, yeah, exactly, yeah. But thank you, thank you so much for all the support in episode 1. By the way, we honestly, for real, we really did appreciate it. We all read the comments. Very happy. It really has been, honestly, on a whole nother level, and it's been just incredible. But today, though, folks, we want to speak about something very interesting for episode 2. As a lot of you guys probably know right now, there's a huge subject happening right now on YouTube with MrBeast. In fact, the man, the myth, the legend himself.
Hold up.
All right, okay, jump in.
Okay, so before we get started, there was something that we were supposed to do last episode. We never did because we completely forgot.
Did we?
Guys, the artwork you see right now.
Oh, Sarah.
The person responsible for that is Sarah. Her YouTube channel is Swan. She should be in the description below. She's
it's in the feature channel.
It's in the feature.
Channel,
it's in the feature. Yeah, so she's in the feature, guys. She's an amazing artist for real.
She's an amazing artist. She's done all of our channel art. She did this channel art. She did the playback that you see on the video right now.
The animation, yeah.
She's done everything. So
for real, guys, check her out.
Check her out.
Yeah, go check her out, guys. Honestly, like, she's a great friend of ours. Hopefully, we'll have her on as a special guest one time, maybe in the future. Not right now, but maybe in the future. But nonetheless. Anyway, getting into it, nonetheless, so folks. So as a lot of you guys probably know, the topic being MrBeast, alright? A lot of you guys probably know right now, MrBeast is doing something that is, honestly, I'm going to say right here, incredible. It really is, honestly, all jokes aside, everything like that, all memes. It's actually mad. The guy right now is currently doing a planting 20 million trees project. I know it's like, come on, you're joking, but really, it's massive, it's huge. The video was uploaded, I believe, yesterday, guys? You guys might be aware. I think it was yesterday, the 25th, as we record this right now, and the video gained over 14 million views overnight. Insane. One of the biggest trending videos at the moment right now, probably in this past month and maybe this year.
Number 3
it's number 3 right now. It was number 1 yesterday, and I think it was number 2 earlier on, so I mean, it's just slowly sliding back, but the guy's trying to raise 20 million for charity to help. Every dollar gets one tree planted, so $20 million is the goal. He's getting 20 million trees planted. It's phenomenal. But this lets us want to talk about a bigger question.
17 of the different videos in the trending tab actually is about that, because he's went out to different YouTubers with the hashtag tree team or team tree.
Shit, yeah, true.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's pretty much Keemstar. He's running the trending.
Smith,
he's running it.
He owns the trending tab.
It's mad. So what we wanted to speak about today, though, folks, was something that was related to this. Obviously, we want to speak about this, and if it really is going to make any effect, that's a real honest question. Is this really going to make an effect? Is this really a big thing? Is this just nothing? Is it just insignificant and a big publicity act? Which it very well could be. I'm going to begin by just saying I don't think it is. I don't know about the rest of the guys, but we're going to have to discuss that, obviously. And we also wanted to take the subject to another level, and this is where we want to speak about the idea of, are human beings really in danger? Are we really endangering the planet, or is the planet endangering us? That's a real question. It's another sort of subject that kind of relates to this whole kind of idea of the planting the trees to save the planet. Is this really the case? Or do we need to save the planet? Are we so egotistic to think that's true? That's the whole big question. Well, that's exactly it. I think we should just get right into the subject, which is the planet in danger, or are we in danger of the planet? I think straight off the bat, I'm going to have to say right here, this whole shit with people that keep saying, like, we need to save the planet. Like, go wipe your own ass. Like, dude, like, this is just too much of an issue. It's the truth, though. It's the truth. We can't even help ourselves. We cannot help ourselves, and we're getting so egotistic that we need to, quote-unquote, help the planet or save the planet. The planet has been around for 4.5 billion years. 4.5 billion years. That's 4.5 billion. Do you know how large that is? That is huge. But let me just put paint this little picture for everybody, right? For us to think that we need to save the planet is so insignificant, and the fact being that we are, our species, human beings, homophobes. Homosapiens, maybe some. Homo sapiens, we've only been around for maybe, let's give it a max 200,000, maybe max 300,000 years.
Can I just interject quickly? The
Go ahead.
dinosaurs have outlived us by masses of time, and they're extinct now.
Well, that's it.
Well, no, there's still dinosaur. It's called Komodo
I'm sorry,
dragon.
but your pet
I guess,
lizard
and some
doesn't count.
Well, yeah, I mean, no, it is technically. I give them that. Actually, it's somewhat right. But humans have been on the planet for max 200,000, maybe again max 300,000 years. Being polite, okay. But you think about this: the planet is 4.5 billion years old. We have only been here for 300,000 years, not even a million. The planet's 4.5 billion. If you've done the math, I mean, roughly speaking, 4.5 billion, 300,000, it's about, we're 15,000 times, or the planet is 15,000 times older than us. 15,000. Do you hear that number? Like 15,000, and we're so egotistic that we have to think that some fucking plastic and aluminum cans are destroying the planet. Like, come on, no, they're not. This is complete and utter just
also,
stupidity.
Those materials came from the planet.
From the planet. The planet probably looks at these things as things that are just other parts of itself, extensions of itself, even its children, if you may, as well. I mean, the planet has been through so much. I mean, we got to look at this because people keep thinking this idea that, well, we need to save the planet, we need to do this, we need to do that. You know, no, we don't. We don't. We need to save ourselves.
We're trying to save our habitat.
Our habitats. That's the word here, habitat. We are trying to save our habitat. There's so many of these eco-fucking people out there that, oh, we need to save the planet. No, we need to save ourselves. This is the thing. People are just instantly jumping on the idea that the planet's in danger. This planet has been here for 4.5 billion years. We've been here for 300,000. You go ask the people in fucking Pompeii. They got. You go ahead,
Joe. Even then, though, you're saying we need to save ourselves. Thing is, though, we don't at the same time because we don't control it either. Like, yeah, we can influence it in different ways by planting these trees. It is actually helping.
Yeah, of course, it helps. Maybe extends. Maybe the word extends. It extends the life in a sense. But yeah, continue.
We don't have to necessarily, save ourselves from it anyway, because it all changes within like the fluctuations of the sun as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. One solar flare, we're all dead. Yeah, I mean, like at the end of the day, that's how simple and that's how insignificant our life is. The point I was trying to make is there. Sorry to cut you off, Joseph, but the truth is here, and this is something that we want to speak about. Was we've only been here for 300,000 years. Now, even at that sounds like a big number. We hear that, 300,000, that's a huge number. No, it isn't. Compared to 4.5 billion, that's 15,000 times less. That is nothing. But then remember, exactly, in the galaxy, exactly. But I mean, even just our planet. 15,000 times less. That's 300,000. That's how much it is. 15,000 roughly times less. That sounds like still a lot, right? 50 or even 300,000. But remember, it was only up until the past 200 years, just a little over 200 years, that we started, heavy manufacturing, heavy development. This only started happening in the last 200 years. We only started to get evolved enough to do these kind of things.
And you really think we've done that much damage in that little time?
200 years as opposed to 4.5 billion? Are you fucking insane? Like, dude, that is so small. There's nothing. People keep thinking we need to save the planet because other species, all this shit. Do you know, regardless of what we do today, regardless of human beings, 25 species of animals die every single day. Regardless of us, completely regardless of us, 25 species of animals or different insects, whatever, die every single day, regardless of us. And that's Mother Nature. Do you know, statistically speaking, 90% of this planet's, inhabitants, this planet's life, this planet's, wildlife in general, 90% of all the species that have ever lived on this planet are now extinct. We didn't kill them all. We didn't go out and do it, did we?
And also, we're still finding new species. We've not even been to the bottom of the fucking ocean.
Exactly. It's
true,
so...
True.
That's exactly the point. We haven't. Yeah, I mean, it's so insignificant.
It's time itself that's getting rid of all these species.
That's it. It's Mother Nature. It's time.
Itself. Yeah, it's Mother Nature. We can't control it. It's like one thing we can control, like smog emissions from cars and all that. That's not good for our health itself. So
that's exactly it. That's not good for our habitat. It's a small word. It's not good for our habitat. Sorry to cut you off, but it is the truth. It is a small word. All these eco people that are like, we need to save the planet, we need to save ourselves. See all these politicians. No, they're not saying it because we need to save the planet. They wouldn't care if that was the case. What it is we need to save ourselves. They want to stop the inconvenience. Then that's what it is to them, folks. It's an inconvenience for them and for all of us. If the planet turns around and says, fuck you, you're all dying off. Like, that's it. The temperature's only got raised so much, then we're all fucking extinct. No life can live. That's the thing, though. The planet has been through so much, and this was the point of being it. We think that plastic cans and aluminum and maybe some cars that emit a bunch of emissions is going to fuck up the planet. The planet has been through earthquakes, volcanoes, tectonic plates, continental drifts, solar flares, sunspots, magnetic storms, the magnetic reversal of the polar... everything. Everything. It's been through so much. Yeah?
I want to quickly clear up as well, though. It's not that I'm not against people cleaning the ocean. I'm not against people...
Yeah, you're not exactly. I'm the same. Yeah. It's a good thing.
Like, even myself, I've said I wanted to do a charity stream for it. I'm not plugging it. I'm just saying.
I
care about it. And you know, I've said about this, Joe, and obviously I want you to be there for it.
Yeah, of course.
But I personally think that we should help, like, the animals and that, because they don't deserve to go through.
We are. That's us. But yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We're coexisting with all these.
Exactly, that's it.
Coexist. We have to work together.
We have the ability to feel sympathy for the animals, so we have the power to help them. That's why I think we should.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think, and that's where the big question comes in. Planting these 2 million trees, is it really that? Is this a publicity act? And I think this is the real question. I know somebody's already going to be like, what the fuck? Listen, I love MrBeast. I love what he does. I don't know about you guys. I enjoy MrBeast's content. I appreciate it. I appreciate what he does for the YouTubers in the community, donating to them, smaller creators, helping them, whatever. I appreciate what he does for people in general. I actually really do like this guy, and I'm actually subscribed to this guy. I enjoy him. But is this a publicity act, or is this genuinely something that is a good, I guess, nature? I think, straight off the bat, I gotta be honest, it's good nature. It's good nature. This is something that's a nice idea. Planting 20 million trees, fuck yeah. You want to do that? Fuck yeah. I mean, who's to say this is going to have the biggest impact on the world? I'm going to say it isn't. I'm going to say planting 20 million trees is going to change a lot of things, and it's going to help a lot. But at the end of the day, is it really going to change the governments and what they did? No, it's not really going to do that at the end of the day. But it's a step in the right direction, in my opinion, for us to continue to coexist even with the planet. You know what I mean? Because that's the right word here. It's coexistence, living with the planet, not the planet living with us. We live with it. This is a boss. The planet's a rock. Without it, there's no us. You know what I mean? So we live with it. It's our, I guess, neighbor, in other words. So if we don't learn to live cool with it, and we don't learn to work with it, it'll fuck us over. It's Mother Nature. Again, we've seen this happen with the dinosaurs and other species and whatever. The planet doesn't care. The planet just does what it does, and that's it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we to the planet is insignificant as a flea to a dog. You know what I mean? That's how small we are in comparison. Like, that's how insignificant it is.
There's two things I want to quickly bring up. One, there is always a way that we can try and find out to survive it. There's always going to be a way that we can survive it, but it's just whether will we find that method.
Well, that's
before
it.
It does kill us.
Exactly. I mean, again, also, that's it.
If you're saying we're insignificant to the planet is just basically a small rock in a universe, in a galaxy.
Infinite universe, yeah.
You think about it. I watched a few YouTubers, and they came up with this topic as well, and I listened to it quite a lot, because I have a lot of moments where I do think about this sort of stuff, and it really does get to me. But we're all part, including the planet, including the galaxies, but a part above the galaxy and above all that, whatever is up there. If you believe in religion, whatever you think's up there is different. But as an atheist as well, I feel like when there's something above everything else, are we part of that thing, or do we coexist with that thing?
Well, I get what you mean. Yeah, I get what you mean. It's like, again, I guess this is where we kind of start to dive into an idea about aliens. I guess this is, it's that kind of idea. It's idea though. It's, at the end of the day, without the planet, we are not here. You know what I mean? And it's idea again. I know what you're saying there about that thing above. I'm guessing you're referring to aliens, obviously.
Well, I mean, it could be aliens. It could be anything. It could be the entity of what life is. Because
that's it. We don't know.
Yeah. How do I know on your end? You're seeing what I'm seeing. What Brad's seeing is what I'm seeing. Am I speaking the same language that I hear to you? Mm-hmm. Are the people who are watching, can they see the same animation? Is that different to them? Like, is my blue your blue?
You're getting so into like philosophical stuff and all that, bro.
It is true though.
Yeah, it is. But back to the
describe
topic.
To me the color red.
Describe it, yeah.
Back right, to the topic of MrBeast and whether it's a publicity stunt or not. Again, I agree with Joe. It's definitely not. He could have he's been getting comments after comments after comments to do this since he hit 20 million to plant 20 million trees, and he could have been like, that's too much hard of a task. I'd have to go to state to state to state to country to country.
Oh yeah,
to find the space to plant
the space to plant all these trees. That's the thing as well. The space. You know what I mean? Just to cut in there, fuck.
That's a pain in the butt, but he took the time out of his day to go and research into it and figure out what's the next best method that he can do to go ahead and succeed with this, give his viewers, give us the people what we want. And with this donation, $1 per tree donation, like $1 donation
Him
equals
himself
one tree.
paid 100,000 as well. So
Yeah, so it's,
he's putting a fair amount. Yeah,
I feel like it's not a publicity stunt. Yeah, it's gonna get him a lot of like people. A lot of people are gonna know about him now.
Well, I mean, as you guys said, he's all over the trending tab. I mean, there's his video in the trending tab, number 2, number 3, but then there's all these other YouTubers and his hashtag. Fuck yeah, exactly. Everybody is involved with this right now.
I'm gonna look on the trending tab actually.
You can do that. I mean, right now I'm pretty sure his donation thing right now out of the 20 million, it's not like 10 or whatever. It's currently I think like 1.2 million or something like that. So it's significant still, but it isn't at the 10 million mark. I mean, but at the end of the day,
the 2 on trending currently.
Okay, you went kind of robotic there for a minute on the thing.
Oh, sorry.
But nonetheless, I think Brad heard that as well. Yeah. Fuck. But yeah, no, I said it really, honestly, but yeah, that's he's number 2 right now on the trending. But again, he's done what? I think like 1.1 million right now for charity, or for this, raised obviously for the teamtrees, whatever. It's a good idea. I think at the end of the day, I think it's a step in the right direction, and I think definitely it's definitely going to improve some things. But again, I mean, is this at the end of the day? I don't know where to go with this. I feel like at the end of the day, it's a bigger question of, is this really going to change things? Is this really going to do anything? Is this just more or less just a pitiful idea that's a great idea, but it's not really going to do anything? What do you guys think?
I feel it is going to do something. It's gonna like I was saying with the smog emissions from cars not being good for our health and all that. I think with that, it's just gonna help out with the emissions and help out with us surviving. Not the planet, like you said. The planet's
fine without us. Yeah, the planet doesn't give a shit. We are nothing. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like planting all these trees with how many, like in the past 200 years, like you were saying, how many trees we've torn down.
Oh yeah, millions.
This will help out
a significant amount.
A whole bunch, and it's just.
I think the good thing. I think to cut in. Sorry, cut you both off. I think the good thing about this is idea. Fuck you. Yeah. I think the good thing about this though is genuinely fact being that like. The thing is, this is such a good thing for YouTube as well, and for YouTubers. I think this is like one of those things where it's like, this is YouTubers who are doing this here. I mean, there's all of us, like the viewers, whatever, they might not all be YouTubers, but I mean, this is from YouTubers. YouTubers have started this and I guess are the ones who are funding this. And it's a nice bit of publicity for YouTube and YouTubers in general, which I think is another whole, I guess, different topic. But I do definitely think, I think what he's doing right now it's a good thing. I think it definitely will help out a lot of people, obviously, at the end of the day. I mean, maybe it'll hopefully give people some work or something like that. I'm guessing it's all volunteer.
I also think, like, I don't think it's a publicity stunt. Like, even if he was doing it, it's still a good message. Even helping.
Well, that's it.
Also makes up for the Amazon rainforest as well, because we've fucked out. And
exactly.
also, planting a lot of trees is great, but you know what else is great? Our sponsor.
Oh yeah, boys. All right, should I go on here? I'll take over. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we're not already halfway through the podcast. We're just warming up. But nonetheless, guys, be sure to check out our sponsor for today's, I guess, podcast episode called BeautifulHalo.com. www.beautifulhalo.com. They sell the most amazing and must-bang meme merch you'll ever see in your entire life. And trust me, if you use our referral link down below, it's in the description. Obviously, you can get some half price off on it, or not some half price, but some discount like 10% or whatever. It's great though, guys. You're saving yourself some money, and along with that as well, you're getting yourself some much bang amazing merch, honestly, and good for the price, good for the penny. And I think honestly all of us would have to say it's well worth buying. Obviously, it's great
even
merch.
Though I get nothing out of it.
Listen. We do get something out of it as long as the viewers use the referral link down below, guys. Be sure to use our referral link and we'll get a little bit back. We'll get a couple pennies. And if you guys want to be extra good, I guess, good looking, gorgeous, whatever, be sure to buy some of our merch. We've got a merch store down below as well. If you guys want to check out our merch store, be sure to check it out. It's amazing stuff as well. And thank you.
Smooth shit.
Oh yeah, just smooth transition. Oh yeah. Come in. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you for the sponsor, Beautiful Halo. I mean, Andy Yo-Yang.
Thank you, Beautiful Halo.
Yeah.
What a beast. Okay,
so let's continue.
Back onto the topic of the Earth and all that. So the Earth does its own thing, right? I want to get into the topic of global warming.
Oh, okay.
Right.
There is such a thing of global warming. But us as humans are not causing that global warming.
No, it's the sun's fluctuations.
It's actually the sun and the Earth. It's just it's raining.
Don't worry about that. Yeah, it's all good. Continue.
Guys, Guys,
Yeah.
fuck climate change. It's fucking raining, guys.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's raining. Oh shit, it's just kind of clicks on. But no, I mean, yeah, I think humans are too. I think global warming's happening also because of humans. I think that's something that we cannot. I know you guys are saying it's the sun and all, but I actually have to disagree there. I got to be fucking honest.
No,
humans are involved with it. You can't just say it's just the earth and the sun. I mean, it is, but it's humans also. I mean, it's
a
humans'
cycle.
impact.
It was both.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Heavy industry only started in the last 200 years. When it started, we were very heavy with our pollutions, obviously. You know, everything was getting polluted into the ozone layer and whatnot. But nonetheless, I think we are definitely to take part in. I mean, there's a hole in the ozone layer, and that was caused by us because of, what is it, the CFS or something like that? You know, like the gases, obviously, from what was it again? I forget what it was, but I think it was like the emissions from cars way back in like the 60s. Like the emissions actually caused a hole in the ozone layer, and that was caused by us partly. So I mean, there's definitely a responsibility to be taken, but at the end of the day as well, it's like, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, but like that, the holes in the ozone layer though, that does get repaired.
Yeah.
Gradually over time. That's the thing.
Regenerate.
If we disappear, that's what I'm saying. If we disappear, exactly. If we disappear, and because of trees, exactly, the trees will help repair it exactly as well. But if we disappear tomorrow, the planet in 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 1,000 years, 2,000, whatever, everything gets repaired. Do you know what I mean? The only last, if we were to disappear right now, tomorrow, right now, tomorrow, if we have to disappear tomorrow completely, every single human being on the entire planet, in about 1 million years, every single scrap of what we were will be totally gone. I know it's like that's a long time, but again, think about that year, 1 million to 4.5 billion.
The Earth's lifetime.
Exactly, but it's that year. In 1 million years, all things such as glass and whatnot, they'll obviously, that'll be them. They'll degrade. Obviously, they'll disappear.
It'll go back to sand.
It'll go back to sand. It's that year. I mean, humans in general, all of our kind of stuff like that will all be gone. The only things that would actually be lasting of humans would be radio signals that are still getting pumped into space. That'd probably be the only things that would ever be lasting of us. But I mean, that just shows how small we are on the grand scheme of things, really.
And even then, it also shows how we can be restarted as well, though.
Well, exactly, and the click of a switch.
Water, and that would bring life to come back, and some sort of human type species could return.
Well, you never know. You never. I think that's I think that's stepping into the idea of evolution.
Adapts.
I think exactly, adapt and whatnot. But I think it's stepping into the idea of obvious evolution because again, this is like where we could obviously start to integrate now to some more discussion about aliens. And I know it sounds that's a whole big leap from fucking planting 20 million trees to aliens, right? But let me explain. So obviously we're speaking about the Earth, right? We're speaking about the Earth. We're speaking about what we're doing to the Earth. But I think there's one thing is it's easy enough to complain, but you have to think of a solution. If you can't think of a solution, there's no point fucking complaining because you're doing nothing to help the situation. Here's a real question. What would be our solution to fixing the Earth? I think the honest to God, or not even fixing the Earth, to fixing ourselves. Somebody's being hit by a truck right now. But I think our solution at the moment, in my opinion, to fixing what we've done is not to fix it and not to be here. In fact, I think us being here is not that's the issue. With us gone, that fixes the solution. Over. I thought so. It was a truck beeping up to your ass. But I think it's the thing. Like it's that you're, it's greater life out there. Do we go, searching outwards? Do we abandon this planet? Do we keep looking? What would you guys say on that part?
Well, it's
nukes.
Nukes. So
Fallout 76.
I don't know if you guys are following with SpaceX program, Elon Musk and all that.
Oh yeah, I love big boy Elon.
So Elon Musk, I believe from if I remember, he was planning on being able to send some humans to
Mars by 2022 or 2021.
Speaking of Mars and aliens,
is it 23?
They found a worm on Mars that was living.
Really?
I'm not sure if any of you remember that.
I don't recall that.
They found a living worm on Mars. If you look it up, it's the Mars worm. But there was life on Mars.
I mean, well, there you go. That's right there. I mean, it's idea. I mean, it's very interesting why you're talking about space and reaching outward, even just in our own kind of solar system, our own galaxy, even our own solar system. Speaking about Mars, I don't know if you guys know much about the history and all that kind of stuff and whatnot, but they do say at one point Mars inhabited with actually life. It had obviously, no doubt life in some sorts, and along with that as well, it had water, it had rivers. It isn't far-fetched. It isn't something that's unlikable or unbelievable. Sorry. The red planet at one point wouldn't have just been red. It would have had life on it. But here's a real question. Something that's also very, it's quite amazing to think about, and actually something that I've looked into quite extensively. They do say, and it's a genuine fact here, that Mars, I think, what was it again? It's like in its ozone layer, or I guess in its actual, well, I guess it would be its ozone layer. They found remnants of what looks to be stuff, I guess, like nuclear weapons, things like, it would be the same, like, I guess, radiation that would come from those kind of things. And it's led many people to speculate and believe that, what if another civilization like us, evolved like us, maybe not the same as us, again, you cannot even begin to imagine what this thing could be like. Again, it's like people when they say, oh, I wonder what an alien would look like, and they start drawing pictures, and aliens on any any different kind of realm, and whether it be out there, way out there in the galaxy or whatnot, you cannot even begin to imagine.
To draw a dog.
Exactly. You cannot envision it. You cannot, unless you've seen it yourself. You cannot envision it. Beings of another race from another planet, which I think you'd have to be very fucking small-minded to believe that there's not a being
struggling to take that in, like, you can't envision what an alien would look like. Try describing a new color.
Yeah, exactly. Or try describing colors in general to someone who's blind. It's the idea, it's something that's so unfathomable, it's something that's so, you cannot describe it because it's never been seen. And that's the thing, it's the idea of beings out there. But here's the point I was going with there. Imagine if life had evolved like us, exactly like us, human beings, maybe not human beings of course, but other life forms on Mars.
Something blue.
You fucking blue, you never know. But on Mars though, however, because Mars had life, and if it had life and it looked like it was in the Goldilocks zone, which would be the appropriate zone to be able to obviously sustain life and live and growth and whatnot, then if Mars had life, and there is obviously evidence here and there of what looks like actual possible civilization, and maybe that have killed themselves with their own, I guess, disasters, let's say, it could be 3 billion years ago, we would never know about it. It would all be gone by now, more than gone. I think about 1 million years, all of what we've done is gone. Imagine in 3 billion years, everything would be gone. You'd be completely, all fingerprints would be completely wiped clean. But my point is imagine if another civilization began on Mars. They evolved, they became, semi-intelligent, or even intelligent, obviously, of course, intelligent enough to be able to make weapons, or, I guess, devices that could cause, let's, I guess, go with the word harm here. I mean, what if they destroyed themselves? And what if that's what we're destined to? I think there was a theory of this, and there was an idea of, again, I forget the name of the theory. I'm sure you can search up somewhere, somebody could. There's a theory though, and I forget the name, but it's how have we not seen alien life yet? And this huge galaxy, have we not came across, or have we not seen any actual proof or actual evidential proof of alien life? And there's one theory that actually does hold some actual standard with a lot of scientists, and it's something that could be regarded to us, and this idea of, what if every single civilization that starts off, is evolved enough to make technology that is advanced, ends up destroying itself before it can actually be able to reach outer space or be able to go?
It's called the Fermi Paradox.
The Fermi, that's it. The Fermi Paradox. Exactly. That's the Fermi Paradox. That's the name. Exactly. The Fermi Paradox. So the Fermi Paradox. The belief is that every civilization, every single one, is at a point where they all follow the same kind of suit, that is whenever they become so civilized or so evolved that they can make weapons or devices, they end up destroying themselves, or something destroys them, a natural event, or their planet getting destroyed, or something like that, maybe a solar flare, an earthquake, whatever, something devastating happens that resets it.
I can sit here and say I disagree or I agree with that, because I don't have enough information. But at the same time, I want to be able to say, though, if it is that big and that vast, how has any species ever got to the point where they could travel this far without dying? How do you know there's not massive walls in between, or like some sort of immovable force that doesn't let things pass through?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you never know exactly. I mean, again, there's plenty of other theories as well. I mean, there's theories, but I guess toward the idea that we are the only evolved species, or the only, I guess, evolved, or even the most evolved species. And I don't know, the Fermi Paradox is another one, but this is a different one completely. And it's a theory that basically we are the most evolved, I guess you could call species of anything in the universe. And that's how we've not seen any other species of anything in the universe, because we are the main, we are the most evolved. So at the end of the day, we are the first ones.
The only reason we exist was, from what we know, is that a meteor had ice in it.
That's it, exactly. I mean, I remember seeing that in a comment. Someone was like, how could life be created with, how could life come to Earth on a planet? Our planet, the reason or the way life would have got here, and I mean, we don't know this for sure, obviously. I wasn't fucking there with a photograph. I don't have a Kodak camera. But nonetheless, it's real. Exactly, but it's the idea, they do believe, and it's a very highly, I guess, believed thing, that the moon, what is the moon now, was actually another planetoid object that smashed and collided with Earth. And the belief behind it is that when it collided with Earth, obviously Earth gathered swallowed up a lot of the shrapnel, I guess you could call it, and that's what compacted and created what we have now, Earth, the size of the planet. And what was left of the other object that did crash into the Earth is a moon, and that's what we have right now. That's how the moon exists. Obviously, that's what, controls the oceans. That's, the moon does a lot for the planet. But again, it's the idea, like what you're saying, Joseph, staying on that topic, is the idea that are we the only evolved species in the universe? I think it's very narrow-minded to say that is the case, but again, it isn't that far-fetched considering we haven't seen any actual factual evidence of other aliens. But even if we have, I mean, this is another whole, again, it's related to the same subject, but another different question is, if the phone rings, and I mean, using phone as a metaphorical, obviously, kind of example here, but if the telephone was to ring and we find out it's alien life out there that are calling us, do we pick up the phone? That's the real question. Now,
hell yeah.
But see, that's the thing. I would say the same. But fuck you, pick it up. Yeah, I mean, what's up, man? You want to come over for a couple of drinks? Like, none of that. Like, you start.
It depends, though. It really does depend on what that life is. Because
that's the thing.
We found a fucking cuttlefish on Jupiter. I'll probably be like, yeah, let's go fucking
But
investigate.
what I mean is,
cybernetic fucking lobster human that kills people on fucking Mars. No, fuck off.
But see, that's a real question. What I mean is, we right now, I don't know if you know this, obviously, right now, but currently at this very given moment, right this moment, as the viewers are listening, as we're speaking, right now there's radio signals being blasted out into outer space continuously. They've been getting blasted out since the 1920s. Do you know Hitler's message? I forget what the name of it was, but Hitler's speech, one of the most famous ones that he done. Wait, what?
It's called Mein Kampf, isn't it? Was that his book?
Maybe it is that. Maybe Mein Kampf. I'm not too sure, but
Mein Kampf.
Mein Kampf, there you go. What, that one right there, his most famous speech was broadcasted that much because of the amount of radio technology they had back then. It was broadcasted that much and that strongly that it travelled well out beyond our solar system, currently well beyond our solar system. The furthest travelling thing that is, I guess, representing us, I guess the furthest humans have ever travelled, not as actual beings, but as, I guess, objects, things that are related to humans, our voices, our radio signals, is Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. That is right now well beyond our galaxy, well into other galaxies. It's the furthest travel thing that has been built, or I guess done by humans ever, right?
That reminds me.
Go ahead.
There is a satellite we set out, I don't remember what year, I'll have a look in a bit.
Back in the 1970s.
1973, I think. I'm pretty sure.
We sent out a satellite and it has a golden disc.
That's right, yeah.
Inside of it. It has a picture of a human male, a human female, and I believe it has some human text on it of different languages.
Yeah. Oh, it's done in. I'm pretty sure it's done in like a universal. It's the Voyager, the Golden Records, the Voyager.
Yeah. Yes.
The two paragraph records that included what's that abroad, both refer to the golden disc. Yeah, that was what it was, and it obviously gave them all a message from us, kind of thing, which was very, very, very interesting. But getting back to the point I was trying to make was the idea that, and sorry if you guys hear some construction work, but it's the idea of, again, if the phone rings and it's extraterrestrial life that is intelligent enough to contact us, that's quite a big, obviously, example that they must be intelligent. Do we answer the phone? I honestly, although I want to say yes, I think there's also a point to say no. I don't know if you know this, but Stephen Hawking, one of the most intelligent men in the world, who obviously sadly has passed away now, him and many other scientists have all answered the question and said no. Scientific data has only proved one thing continuously, and I think you guys would agree with this, and it's the idea that if we look back to the Native Americans, obviously, when, the natives obviously invaded and whatnot, again, it's the idea of what happened. People that had more technological advanced, I guess, equipment or items enslaved and took over right away. It's a natural thing, and this is, who's to say it's any different? If an alien species was to come to us, that could, if it could fast travel, light years, hundreds of light years, yeah, there you go, right there. But if it could fast travel hundreds of light years in minutes or in hours or whatever, they are so more equipped than us with technology that we would be nothing compared to them. What would be the point of them coming to us, other than to make other friends and I guess an extraterrestrial kind of, I guess, ally kind of galaxy, which would make sense, or to enslave us. The one thing I think humans are great for, and it's an idea for, I mean, great for is a horrible word to use, but it is the truth. I mean, look at the pyramids. The pyramids were an incredible structure that was just incredible beyond
the alien looking markings on the pyramids.
I haven't.
Have you not?
I haven't actually.
If you look into it, there's actually a few series like Netflix and just YouTube as well. You can find out. I'm sure Vsauce did something on it as well. I love him as well. He's great.
Oh, Vsauce is a man.
in the pyramids there are drawings, and this is also in cave paintings of people with like you know how like people draw the stereotypical alien as the green with like the antennas. It's those. They are in the pyramids, and they are like they have guns.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, this idea that, again, the pyramids, they say they were just, obviously, they were built by people and whatnot, because people used to say, how were the pyramids built? There's such a structure couldn't be built back then. It actually was. There's been scientific data. They used logs to roll the huge sandstone, obviously, carvings, everything like that. Again, it was all very plausible, and actually scientifically could be done, but it's just, to do even nowadays would still be structurally just, it's improbable. I mean, it would be such a difficult task to do. But again, the idea wasn't the point I was going with there was human beings done it as slaves. Obviously, slaves. I think, was it not the Jews that were getting used?
It was a mixture of, Jewish and...
It was anyone that was different, I think. Like they just didn't like
the Egyptians. Yeah, anyone. I thought it was mostly the Jews, but I'm not too sure. Anybody who was... that sounds terrible, mostly the Jews, but I mean, like, it's in general, that's what it was. But it's the point being, though, who's to say that wouldn't happen to us? Who's to say, genuinely speaking, logically speaking, these exact same events wouldn't happen from another intelligent race to us? There's not really much.
Aliens are going to get us to build their pyramids.
Maybe that. Or what I'm saying more or less is aliens wouldn't really need us. We would be so unevolved compared to them that we would be nothing. The only thing we'd be useful for is our resources on the planet, if that was even useful for them.
But, like, if you think about it, their intelligent life and where they've came from, they must need something from us, though. There can't be, I mean, or there's a very slim chance of them knowing everything we know about everything that we do know about.
Well, that's it, yeah.
They can't know. You know what I mean?
But again, that's exactly it. I mean, but again, it raises the idea that, obviously it would be a great idea that, if aliens came, hey, what's up, homie, can you share some evidence? Like, I mean, if aliens came, and we were to get, obviously, that, I guess, a knowledge shared with us that they have, it'd be so technologically amazing. It would advance societies, the planet, everything by hundreds of years, thousands of years. But the end of the day is, why would they have to help us? And also, there's another theory as well. It's like this idea of... all these other theories that we mentioned. This idea, though, is that what if aliens know that we're here and they just don't want to see us? And again, there's reasons behind it. I know it's like, oh, that's just kind of like shitty. Like, why you don't want to see us? We're good guys. Come on, man. Come on through. We're good guys. But I mean, it's the idea that I think you got to remember, though, it's with anything. You know what I mean? If there's another alien civilization out there, why help another civilization get as advanced as you are? Because in that sense, you're basically causing yourself a threat. You're giving yourself not an enemy, but I guess someone else who is equal power. You know what I mean?
Someone to look at. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
To maintain.
Well, that's it exactly, friendship. And it's that's it exactly. I mean, it's good not to help and all that kind of ideas, but at the end of the day, an alien civilization may see us as something that is just dangerous. We're a danger. In all fairness, human beings are a danger. It's the end of the day. It's the truth. As human beings, all we do is, in a sense, that's what we have very similar to viruses. We're actually almost identical to viruses, except from in looks, of course. I can't speak for everybody. I don't look like a virus, but nonetheless, the one thing that humans, shush. All right, my hairline might, but nonetheless,
the one thing that you look like the fucking flu.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I thought more Ebola, but nonetheless, the idea being that is, human beings have so much in common with viruses. Oh, yeah. But human beings have so much in common with viruses in the sense where that we just take and we just use all the resources and exactly, infinite want, and we just continuously expand. That's all we do. You mean the population, I think, what was it by, I think like, what was it again, 2100, I think like that. I think it was like 2100, our population will be at, I think 9 million or something, no, 9 billion, sorry. Not 9 million, which is a shocking number. Like, that's actually a scary number. And at that point, it's the idea of where do we go from there when the planet's full? You know what I mean? It's scary facts and scary things to speak about because they are critical topics. Mass execution. But I mean, that's the thing. I think obviously exploring space, genocide. But I think exploring space would probably be our best option. I think right now, rather than our governments putting so much fucking ridiculous amounts of money into researching stupid shit that, I mean, I'm not saying it's all stupid, but like shit that's irrelevant. You know what I mean? Rather than all countries all fighting, everybody all being against each other, I think they should work together and try and find ways to, I guess, space travel. That's probably the end of the day.
I wanna quickly rewind this conversation a tiny bit back. When you said about if we were to find another intelligent life out there, obviously how all of our countries, like some of them are going to war and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that would stop and would come together to fight?
I think yes. I think universally.
If there was a war.
I think universally you've got to think of it like at the end of the day, it's not at that point. At that point, it wouldn't be like fucking Russia against aliens. You know what I mean? Like it'd be the whole world. Yeah, I mean we all live on this planet.
Great movie.
It would. I mean Russia versus aliens, Nikolai Dempsey. But nonetheless, what my point is, it's the idea that it wouldn't be at that point. I think that's one thing that could bring us all together in a good sense, would be the idea of war. War has always been something, although it's a horrible event, it brings people together. After what was the 1920s and whatnot, after Hitler and the First World War and the Second World War, people, generally speaking, were a lot tighter. I mean, grandparents of mine and people like that, you see a lot, there's a lot more of a community spirit. When people, after the war, people had to be more, I guess, with each other. They had to be more sharing and more open and more just genuine people.
I love a good war.
Yeah, I love a good war, but nonetheless, that was a fact of how it was. You know what I mean? And that's how it is. You know what I mean? I think war is something. Although it is a horrible event, it brings people together because it doesn't bring them together in a good way. It forces them together. You know what I mean? And it's the same idea. If we had the planet versus another race, it wouldn't be this idea of, well, there's the Americans versus aliens, and then there's also the British, and then there's the Irish, and then there's the Welsh, and it doesn't work like that. It would be the whole planet, everybody together against them.
It would be Earth versus whatever we're fighting.
Earth and Iraq versus the aliens, of course. Yeah, that's just how it would be. But I mean, again, it's
the Zimbabwe expansion pack.
Zimbabwe, the Zimbabwe expansion pack. But again, I think we're obviously, we went so far forward. I think we should take it right back right now to the trees idea of MrBeast. I want to end the podcast on that note as well. But again, it's the idea of is this thing that MrBeast is doing right now with the trees, is it going to change a lot? I think at the end of the day, I've got to say, although I do agree with Brad, it's going to help. I think help is the right word. It definitely is going to help, and it's a great idea. Is it really going to do everything? I don't think so, to be honest. I think it's just going to be one of those kind of another footnotes. It's a great attempt at moving in the right direction. I hope it does do something good, but I don't think personally it will, to be honest.
It's going to help. I definitely will be there. I think it will definitely help in the long run if it continues to continue.
If they
at
go
this
for
rate,
the full 20 million trees, yeah.
Will it help in
overall
100 million or in life in general? We can't tilt Earth in one way or the other. Earth will decide.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we that's exactly it. I mean, it's a difficult kind of discussion.
Julius Caesar of life.
Earth is, end of the day, Earth is Earth. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, whether we do something or we don't do something, what happens is going to happen. We already know for a fact, scientifically speaking, our planet is on an inevitable, in a sense. It's just a massive rock. But at the end of the day,
it's just a massive blue rock of death.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, we already know right now for a fact. At the end of the day, our planet in a couple billion years, whatever, the sun's going to become a red giant, and our planet will be destroyed. It'll be engulfed, and it will be destroyed. And it's the sad truth, guys. I mean, don't get too comfortable. But nonetheless, it's the end of the day. Is the idea. Well, go ahead.
We'll be dead before.
We'll all be long gone.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
Everybody watching this, listening to this, will be all gone.
By the time that happens, you'll all be happy with your life anyway, because you'll be wearing TFP merch.
Oh yeah, exactly. Right there. Yo, buy some of that merch, boys. Buy some of that merch. But for real, I think something that would be a nice way to end this is the idea that don't take shit too serious. Remember that we only have a limited time on this planet. The planet itself only has a limited time, but don't start living your life in the idea that, I need to be a fucking vegetarian to save the planet. I need to do this to save the planet. Yeah, don't live in fear.
Have fun.
Live your best fucking life and have fun. You know what I mean? All these people that are all these ecocentric assholes are talking about, we need to save the planet. We need to save the animals. We need to do this and do that. No, we don't. It's good and we're in the right direction, but remember, we are not saving the planet, we are saving ourselves. It's saving our habitat. The planet, and to us, is nothing. Us to a comparison to the planet, as I said, you can do the math, 15,000 times younger than the planet, and even at that,
Joe.
our signature on the planet has only been started in the last 200 years with heavy development and heavy, engineering. So we're nothing really in the long run compared to it. But go ahead, Joseph.
Yeah, I was just about to say, everything we know though, we could be completely wrong. You never know.
I guess we've only done so little.
Life controls us. Just live your life, be happy, and everything will go amazing. Because you won't know what happens after you die.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I mean,
who cares?
Have a fun life, man. That's why
fun.
I honestly, this is the thing. This is why I legitimately hate people that have to work these long jobs and these terrible hours and whatnot. I mean, I respect them. I mean, Brad, I know you work, obviously, man. You're a solid, hard worker dude myself. I give you that, man. Honestly, much respect to you for that, dude. It's fucking mad, honestly. It's absolutely mad. To anybody watching, God bless, man. Honestly, dude, you work, 9 to 10, whatever. You do whatever you have to do. Fucking respect to you. But at the end of the day, you only get one life. one life, live it to its fucking fullest. Have fun, man. Take chances, have a good laugh, and enjoy yourself. Yeah, and do what you love. I mean, because remember, everything can end at the end of the day. Yeah, exactly. That's it. We're right here. We're right here right now. We're doing what we love. And I think that's just exactly the moral of this entire podcast. I think speaking about space, the planet itself, space, aliens, whatever, it all comes back to us and what we do with our lives and how we live it. Tomorrow aliens could come visit. We could get the technology to save us and let us live. Let us all live forever. At the end of the day, it'd be fucking fantastic. But keeping levelly pegged, you only have a limited amount of time. Have fun with your life and don't fucking limit it to, doing some bullshit that you don't want to do. You know what I mean? That's the honest to God truth. And don't, all this shit on the news and all this shit on the media about how we need to save the planet, all these extinct species that are going extinct. Remember that, look at the statistics yourself, folks. Every single day, no matter, don't believe every single thing that you're told, because again, it's fucking insane. But remember, folks, end of the day, no matter what you do, no matter what anybody on the entire planet does, 25 species every single day, they die. No matter what anybody on the planet does, at the end of the day, the planet's going to be destroyed by the sun. No matter what anybody on the planet does, at the end of the day, folks, we're going to continue to grow and continue to do stupid shit. It's what we do, you know what I mean? That's what we are. So don't fucking take life too serious. Exactly, the beauty of humanity, you know what I mean? Exactly, the beauty. That's just the beauty, honestly. But nonetheless, folks, I think we're going to end the podcast there because we don't have much more to speak about on that matter. It's been a lot longer, this podcast. Yeah, I think we've done very well, honestly. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Obviously, episode 2. Episode 3, we're going to go into obviously some different subjects. We're still trying to, I guess, work our way out there, guys. If you have any ideas, any suggestions, yeah, leave some suggestions down below because we really would love to hear it, guys. One of the subjects that we do want to speak about, maybe not in the next episode, but in a distant episode, is religion, because religion's a huge thing, obviously. It's a very debatable thing.
To speak about what it's like to do YouTube,
exactly, and how they affect us and what the real life of YouTubers is like and whatnot. But again, these are future topics, guys. But nonetheless, if you did go to enjoy today's podcast, guys, or this week's podcast or whatever, please, guys, don't feel shy. Drop a sub to the channel and to all of us if you haven't already. Septic and Curious and myself, Joseph. You know what I mean? And along with that as well, folks, drop a like on this, I guess this podcast, not the stream. And again, let us know what you guys thought of it. And other than that, folks, thank you so much for watching the podcast, guys. This is the Forgotten Podcast, episode 2. We'll see you guys on the next podcast episode. Enjoy the outtakes part at the end here. And guys, peace out.
Later.
That went pretty fucking good.
That was fucking awesome.
Hey. Alright, yeah, we're good. Okay.
51 minutes.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we're like 2 minutes already. Right, okay, yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, Brad, try not to punch a TV. Let's beat the shit out the TV, man. Alright, okay. Alright, 3, 2, 1. George W. Bush was the cause for 9/11. Action.
Fuck you.
Brad just has a fade, just passed it. Alright, okay, we're ready to go. See, that's all our voices are level tone now. This was all, it was all on purpose. You see, it's all connected.
Oh, fuck.
It's all connected. It's all connected. Right. Okay. Alright, 3. See, you know what the worst part is? Now that I'm going to try and do the 3, 2, 1, everybody's going to keep laughing. That's the worst part. Nobody can keep it serious because they're going to be like, he's going to do something. He's going to do something. But yeah. Okay. Oh my god. Alright, okay, right. 3, 2, 1. Don't laugh. Hey, come on, boys. This is serious right now. This is for research purposes. I know.
We're 3 minutes past.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Okay.
Mark.
Good point. Alright, okay, good point. Great point. In fact, I learned that at school. Okay, I didn't go to school. I'm not educated.
That at school?
Yeah.
What did they teach you?
Okay, shut up.
Okay, yeah. For real. Oh, everybody, just take a second of silence. Take a second. Yeah, take a second of silence and just pray to Allah. Get your wee rug out and everything.
Fuck. I'm muting myself. Shut up.
Okay. All right, there we go. See, I would say that was lovely and refreshing, but I just breathed in someone's fart, so I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm ready to go if you guys are.
I'm fucking muted, mate. Go.
Okay. I don't think you should. None of us should be muted because every time you mute yourself, Joseph, there's like a click noise.
Right, fine.
So I was gonna say a joke, but I should.
Quick.
Okay. Right. Okay. Let's all just calm down. All right. All jokes aside, right now. Seriousness. Stop laughing. Come on, man. That's not even a laugh, bro. That sounds like a rusty mic. Listen, I'll take a second right now. Just breathe in it. Joseph, stop, man. You're going to hurt yourself. Listen, breathe.
It's like TSP on the stream.
It is. Honestly, it's fucking brilliant. Colin, honestly, see when Colin laughs on the stream, he sounds like he needs oil. Like, you actually feel like you really need to oil him. He sounds like a rusty door.
It just sounds like... Okay, we didn't get started.
Joseph sounds like a little chimp or something like that when he's laughing.
We've got 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah, good point. Exactly. That's all Brad's fault. You say me, Brad. It's your fault. Talking 9/11 and shit.
It's why you didn't mention me on the stream.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
All right, okay.
Crying. Let's go.
Okay, try not to cry. That's not good for your health. All right, okay. All right, I don't want to hear any heavy breathing as well when I start recording. Like just dying. Just take a breath. Everybody, unmute your mics. We're all good. All right, we're all sensible young adults here. We've got plenty of time.
We don't. But
I was about to stop. Look what you've done there, man. Fucked it up already. No, I'm just playing that for it's all good. I'm kidding. All jokes aside. Yeah, stop. That's 5 minutes right now. Wasted time. Bro. Productivity. Alright, there we go. That's not even funny. It's a word. Why are you laughing?
It's just the way you said productivity. Alright.
Lavatory.
We actually need to get this done now. Shut the fuck up.
I'm being serious. I'm trying to get it done. You guys just fucking around so much. It's terrible. Alright, okay. 3... 1, 2, 3. Okay. What the fuck? Is somebody firing or something like that? What was that noise? I just said like machine gun fire. Brad, is that you?
No, that's not
Was it
me.
just a drive-by past his house or some shit? Honestly, I was like inches away from going like, welcome back to everybody to the Forgotten Podcast, and I just hear like someone's getting shot.
Joe, you've got 24 seconds to get this done.
This has only been 6 minutes of recording for me. It's all good. Anyway, okay, right now, for real. All jokes aside, we're in a good mood though. That's a good attitude, good mood. Yeah, it's all fine. All right, we're actually pretty good right now. So yeah, make sure you get your points. Keep yourselves level-headed. Make sure you know your voice needs to be heard. We're all equal parts of this shit. So speak in, jump in, have a chat, keep the conversation going. All right. And why is that funny? It's motivation. Shut up. All right. Acacia. Okay, right. 3, 2, 1. Pablo Escobar. What the fuck are you guys doing?